Look, we're going to show a clip right here of Dave as he makes his way in. When we come back, we're going to ask him that question too, because I don't know. Dave, did you ever play TPC Sawgrass? Have you been there?
Yeah.
Okay. Minus the lightning story. There was no. Okay. So, look, a commercial for who's that from? GoDaddy. This is exactly what I was hoping for. This is the one time where actually Jonas Valanciunas wins.
Yes, he does.
In this ad. Okay.
Itty bitty ballers.
Here's Dave.
My name is Dave Hemstad. I've been a professional comedian since 2001. I'm supposed to be waiting for a date, and now you're here with a camera asking me about my life. What did you do before you stood behind cameras? Relationships frustrate. They're either the best thing in your life or the worst, is your relationships. And I find that intriguing. Your relationship could be the best thing going and the worst in the same day. Right now, anyway, that's kind of what I'm playing with and exploring is I've been driven so angry in a relationship, and then at the other times you just feel so great in a relationship, and that's not right, is it? I don't know. I can't believe they let me do this for a living. I'm unemployable. I'm 33 and still single, so it looks like I'm sitting out the first marriage. It's not that I'm against marriage, it's just that I'm for logic, you know? Well, the divorce rate right now is 54%, okay? 54%. It's a big number, really. Intimidating number. I'm a little spooked about it. Let me put it in a different context for you so we can take love and romance out of the equation and think clearly for a second. Imagine if you were standing on the sidewalk watching people try to cross the street, and 54% of them didn't make it. How excited would you be for your turn? Really? Really? Don't you think you'd see a lot more? No. Go ahead, man. Go ahead. Yeah. No, there's a system here for sure. We haven't found it. Go ahead. Yeah. What? Yeah, I'll be lonely. I'll be up half a house. That's fine. That's a lot of rooms to cry in. So, and dating's tricky, you know. That's the alternative, of course, is dating. And it scares me. Dating's the #1 cause of marriage. So, I'm getting older, which means by default, girls are getting younger. And I can't date young girls. I can't. They're full of hope. I'm getting so tired of putting that out. It's hard on my heart to watch the light fade out of somebody's eyes. It really, it's so tiring. Look, young girls still think Mr. Right might be out there, and maybe I'm him. Oh, that is rich.
There is
I date older women because they know better. They are.
Of Dave Hemstad, who joins us here in studio now. Dave, thanks so much for literally just like a firefighter coming into a bar, seeing a bunch of Lugans in here, and joining us like with almost no warning whatsoever.
Yeah, well, you know, Friday morning, I just wandered the streets hoping for somebody to invite me in. So thanks for unlocking the door.
Yeah, well, we literally would unlock it for anybody, just so you know. We're not...
Just so you know, the first 10 doors didn't. I was pounding on all of them. I couldn't get in. So.
Now, Dave, whereabouts you from originally? You Canadian?
Yeah, I grew up in Thornhill.
Thornhill?
North of the city, yeah.
Absolutely. Were you a Thornhill High School guy? Or were you Thornley?
I was a Tiger.
Oh, you were a Tiger.
Yeah.
That's an old school, too.
Yeah.
That's been around for a while.
Yeah.
So you must play Thornhill Golf and Country Club.
I don't regularly. I have played it.
You have? Or you?
Yeah,
Good course.
Not
Good
a
course.
member.
Yeah.
It's all right course. Yeah.
Oh.
A little short.
Oh.
A little short.
Okay.
It's a little short. It's a
A
little
little short by today's standards, and they don't really have the room to grow.
Because that's, wow, it was designed by who? That's an oldie. That's an old one.
It is an oldie, yeah. And,
classic, though, and excellent bar, and good food.
Good food.
That's what I know.
Really good
greens
food.
are always in, of course, always in great shape.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That is always the polite thing to say. It is in
Isn't it?
great shape.
Yeah, that's it. Well, you don't want to upset the whole membership.
There might be some money behind that, too,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
makes sure that everything's okay.
Use a driving range.
So
Anyway,
people-
we won't get into it. We won't get into it.
We've been talking about your path, which is a different path, probably, than I've heard. So you go to you're a Tiger, Thornhill High School Tiger. You get a full ride then. You get a full ride in a Div 1 school?
In the end, the first year I had to walk on.
Oh, you were walk-on.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, I had to earn it.
And what school are we talking?
Did a year at Wichita State.
Wichita State.
I was a shocker.
Wow.
Yeah.
Before probably people went, where are you going?
Yeah.
Before the basketball was
Like
probably
a
really
year
huge.
Before Shocker mean something else.
Yeah.
That's how old I am. Yeah.
So you walk on.
Yeah, walked on there. Greer Jones, former PGA Tour player, very good coach, and the way it is, Article 9 and all that, there's just
Right.
not that many scholarships.
Tough now.
For the 10th golfer on the team.
For his daughter, better.
Jackpot. If she can break
Yes.
90, you can get a
Yes.
scholarship.
bingo,
Like,
Full on.
I could not believe
Yeah.
how high the girl scores were.
Dave, that's
full
the
rides.
goal.
Yeah.
I got 2 daughters.
Yeah.
Okay, how
So
old?
I need 4 and 1.
So we're working on
They
it.
don't have to start playing for years. Don't worry about it. They don't even have to be that good.
Yeah. She's taking lessons now, just so you know. A little pressure.
We're gonna make sure she's
I
good.
got a 2-year-old daughter, so we can get them in the same.
There you go.
So you walk on, then so you play your way into a scholarship, that's hard to do.
It was hard to do. In fact, it was so hard to do they wouldn't let me do it at Wichita, so I had to switch schools.
So to stay within that roster at the same school, no, just
I came in on academic probation. Apparently, my 6 years of high school didn't qualify me
You're
for
preaching to the
academic
choir.
scholarship.
Yeah.
So they said, focus on your grades. We're going to redshirt you anyway. So I said, no problem. So I got the highest grades on the team, looking good. And they said, yeah, well, we can't give you any money. Your scores are no good. We get you said to work on the grades. So
yeah,
anyway.
you can't get the both.
Make up your
right? That's
mind.
outrageous.
So they said, go play in some tournaments. We'll see how you do in the off season. I said, well, if you don't give me any money, I got to work like 3 jobs to come back. So they say, yeah, well, life's tough all over, So
Well, this is why when people, and so if you're not familiar with how it works, unless you're getting a full ride, number one, it's extremely expensive to be even out of state. If you're out of state, it's expensive. We're talking out of country.
yeah.
So we're looking at, if indeed we're 4 years, and most of the time now we're looking at sports where you're not even going the 4 years, depending on the school and how good you are at a given sport, which is still very difficult. But we're what, $250,000 easily?
Back then it was $14.5 US to go to Wichita for the year.
Oof.
So 4 years of that,
Yeah.
which back then dollar was probably about now 70 cents or something silly.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
it was all the money in the world.
Yeah, sure it was.
And so, anyways, I transferred to another school and chose one that played Wichita a lot.
Where'd you go? Where'd you
I went
go?
to Missouri State.
Missouri
Back then it was
State.
Southwest Missouri State.
Yes.
Okay, yeah,
We've
yeah, yeah,
lost Southwest, but Missouri State. So I went from a tiger to a shocker to a bear, and we played Wichita a lot. And that was part of my decision was I wanted to stick it up Greer's butt.
And?
Won a tournament, won
there you
Missouri
go.
Valley Conference Athlete of the Week, and the whole bit.
good.
So that memo goes on the desk.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so petty little victories. You
Yeah.
get 'em
So,
when you can.
but when you think about it, so Missouri would be in what conference? What conference are we talking
Missouri
about at the
Valley.
time? Missouri Valley, because I know and they're still in it. Because some of in other sports they have flipped the conference around when teams are involved. Where the Big Ten, Nebraska seriously is it has changed so much. But golf, I don't
But
think
see,
does.
I think they changed that because of TV deals.
Well,
Right?
They
And
say
TV
academic
contracts.
reasons, but yeah, I'm pretty sure that's why Nebraska wants to move.
You wouldn't believe how little coverage you get golfing in Missouri
Yeah, I was gonna
on a
say.
national broadcast.
But
you
now-
might believe it. You ever seen one? No. You
No,
haven't.
no, I don't recall.
No.
But that's to look at that time when what year are we talking? What year?
This is late 90s.
Late 90s.
Yeah,
so
like 96 to 99 in there. 95, 96, I think I was at Wichita. And then 99 by the time I leave Missouri.
so you played or at least were in tournaments with golfers that we're probably talking about right now, or at least were.
Oh, yeah. I played against Zach Johnson a bunch of times. He was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't know he was-
Apparently pretty
didn't know
good.
he was that good.
Yeah.
No, he was 2-time major winner good. Didn't know he
What
was
school is
good.
that? Where's he at?
He was at Drake.
He was at Drake.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize that. Okay.
From,
yeah.
memory serves. Yeah. And so he was probably the best guy that we played against. I mean, in the one year, if we'd made it at a conference, would have played this kid named Tiger. But never did. So
Pre Denny's days.
back when Eldrick
Eldrick. Yeah.
Yeah.
would have played Eldrick.
Who? Eldrick. And he's a black guy? Yeah. We'll see how long that lasts. Back in it was literally unheard of.
Yes. Not completely unheard of, but it certainly changed everything, didn't it?
Well, it was Nota. Who did we talk to that one time?
Nota Begay?
Begay.
Did you talk to Nota Begay?
And so he was on, and he was talking about himself and Tiger being at Stanford, and he said, being from culturally, compared to the rest of not only that sport, but looking at where they were at that time, and they still are close friends. Like they're still very, very close. But that's one of the things that brought them together. Is like we're two guys who walk into the course, and if it was 20, 30 years later, we're on the course, but we're working it. We're not golfing it, and that's not that long ago when you think about it, Dave. Not really, not historically, not really.
No, not at all. And it took a guy like Tiger to break it wide open, so that now everybody's welcome out there. At most courses.
Yeah.
At most courses.
Well,
obviously, there's probably still a couple pockets in the States we're not hearing about.
Well, Missouri might have had a little bit of that going on. No,
I would never
part of the
known.
state. Yeah, you were invited everywhere.
I was pretty welcome everywhere, so I didn't recognize it, but I'm sure a lot of people would tell me otherwise.
So the reason that we're not talking about you in a golf sense now is that something, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, look, you get stuff from agents and PR people, and you go, okay, what's it? Are you doing a thing? Is it a shtick here? But you did get hit by lightning.
Yes, the correct term would be it passed through me. I wasn't struck directly. It hit a tree near me, went through the ground, up and out me. So I was struck in a way. It passed through. It needed an exit point. It came out here and here.
Wow.
And impacted my putting greatly.
Yeah, yeah, and maybe love for the game. I'm just saying, even the cavemen, something bad happens, they rarely do it a second time.
Listen, if you can't putt, it's hard to love the game.
Now, what's the circumstance? Sorry, Dave.
No, I was going to say, what do you remember from that day, though?
It's not a tournament. It's not a tournament.
It was the Ontario Amateur. Yeah, and I had just won the Toronto Amateur, so I was one of the favorites.
Sure.
And, it was like my 6th, 7th hole of the day. I'd made a double bogey early, drew a bad break in a bunker, so I'd battled back, just coming off birdie to get it back to even, feeling good, par 5, waiting in the fairway.
What course are we talking? Where are you?
St. Catharines.
You're in St. Catharines.
Yeah. So horn goes, saying there's inclement weather.
Yeah.
That's always a great word.
Yeah.
Inclement.
Inclement, yes.
So, but we hadn't seen anything, nothing was happening. So, but the horn means you got a half hour, right? So guys are standing under a tree, waiting for it to pass. I go, guys, we got a half hour. It's a 10-minute walk to the clubhouse. Let's just go.
Yeah.
And as I'm waving them over, wango, that tree just got dusted.
Wow.
Yeah. The noise is the scariest part, to be honest.
So was it a crack? Was it a boom? What was it?
It's biblical. I couldn't even describe it. It's the loudest thing. I got whiplash from recoiling. Like the noise is just, it's beyond any man-made noise you've ever heard. Yeah. It's so loud.
And how old are you at this point?
24. This is 99. So, but I'm right in the prime of my college career, being a late bloomer and all. So,
is that
yeah, 6 years of high school, and then took a year off to switch schools. So
I will tell you, I went to Stouffville. I won't tell you how many years that was.
Well, I guess we're both still blooming.
Yeah, I guess that. Yeah, I guess if you want to call it
really
that.
coming into our own here.
So, do you look back on it and go, okay, of all the goddamn things that could happen, I mean, what did I do in a previous life? Was I Ava Braun?
Sure,
was
I littering?
Yeah, why this? Because it affects you to a degree that you literally just don't get back to that level ever again?
Kind of. I mean, it's really an emotional, I'd say for 6 months I was pretty impacted. The best way to describe it is it's like you got the paddles when you didn't need them, clear. Whoa, I didn't need that at all.
Yeah.
And now your nervous system's shot. Everything's jumpy. I mean, I really just couldn't putt. Violent mood swings, just like crazy, depression, the whole bit. So, you try to make sense of it, obviously. Why me? Is it irrelevant? Does it matter? Was there a point to it?
So you actually do get professional help after this? Do you?
I
with
didn't. No,
you didn't.
No, I'm an idiot.
I
I just when I feel, what are they gonna, I gotta go to the hospital. What are they gonna say? Don't get hit by lightning anymore. Yeah, good tip. You know what I mean? I didn't realize till I came out of it, because part of it is coming of age and everything. Anyways, you don't know how much this is because I got hit by lightning, or how much of this is looking at my future after university and getting scared of just life in general. You don't want to be like, oh, the lightning's making me sad today. No, I got a daunting future as a golfer where I'm not even close to Zach or Tiger, and if I'm going to make a living at this, I got a lot of work to do, and this isn't helping. Now I can't.
It rarely does. I mean, unless it's a comic book thing and you grow wings.
No superpowers.
Yeah,
that's the worst part about this. Those movies are bullshit, man.
Yeah. Where's the Wonder Twin ring when you needed it?
How about 3-day erections? Something great, Come and feel my lightning rod.
Yeah. Well, I gotta be honest. Tiger did that already, so you'd have to come up with something
better
different.
Better than me at everything.
We're in studio with Dave Hemstad, talking about his career, and then it somehow. And what is the period of time between you having to face, the trauma of what that was, and then you think, hey, what would be good? Like, how does that happen?
It was very fortuitous, you know. I was in university. I didn't want to be there anymore. I couldn't play very well. You know, wasn't happy with my
So you're
game.
still at Missouri State?
Still at Missouri State. I'm still on the ride, you know. I got a full ride, right? So I owe them everything, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm doing great in school and everything. I'm playing on the team. I'm a big guy, big man on campus, you know.
So they're like, you know, because I'm thinking, you know, they hear something like that and think, oh, Christ. Is Powder still on the?
Yeah,
is he still on the team?
Exactly, right. I'm trying to will the ball in with my mind. I don't know. One tournament down the stretch, my coach, I gave up. I like 4-putted the first hole, you know, and I was only like 3 shots out of the lead going to the final round, and I got like a 4-putt and a 3-putt in the first couple holes. Just can't do it. So I started putting with a 3-wood. And my coach is coming around and seeing me with the 3-wood on the green, and I hit one like 12 feet by. I got to make a 12-foot comebacker with a 3-wood in front of my coach, which I made, thank God. But I like bury this putt with a 3-wood. I mean, it was like this, right? It was getting desperate. So I don't know what am I gonna do. Like I'm not gonna make it as a golfer, you know. I'm just not. This isn't good. So
is there panic, or is it just like this realization? Like, how does that work for you?
Well, both, because the alternatives were nil.
Yeah.
I was like, well, I'm not doing this. What am I doing?
Yeah, well,
I mean,
trust me, I get that. I get that a lot.
Look, my major was broadcasting,
Yeah.
so you
Wow.
know exactly where.
Oh, there you
know
go.
how
The
bleak
double
my future
whammy.
was, right?
Yeah.
I figured if I couldn't play golf, maybe I could talk about it.
right. Yeah, sure, why not?
Yeah. Anyway, I went to. I decided I got to get out of here. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't want to be a quitter. I don't want to let everybody down. But this is pointless. So I went to talk to some professors because I didn't want to quit. But I'm like, can anybody talk me into staying? Because I got to get out of here. And there was a sign. And one of the professors, I'm knocking, and there's a bulletin board that and it said student stand-up comedy contest. And so I'm standing there, I'm going, geez, I always want to try stand-up. That'd be great. You know, I wonder how long you'd have to do and all that. And I'm just standing there knocking, and then it just hit me. I'm like, boy, I'm looking for a sign. This is literally a friggin' sign. How much more convenient can it get, dopey? Yeah. So I decided, it was 3 weeks away. I just decided right there. I'm like, okay, I'm going to do that, drop out the next day. So I just decided that and spent that 3 weeks working on a stand-up set. Luckily, I knew a guy named Dave Mary, who was a comedian.
Oh, I know David Mary. Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
So he and I were golf pals. So
yeah, because you know what, I knew in the back, people kept saying, because I'd see him at these, you know, kind of celebrity tournaments. I'm like, what's Mary doing here? And they go, you don't know? I said, no, I don't know. He goes, oh, like a scratch golfer or something.
Yeah, he could play. So, and a comedian. So what a perfect guy. I called him. I said, there's this contest. He's like, find out how long you need to do. You know, I'm like, great, good. No. So he just
because that's a little scary. He was like, how long do I have to be funny? At least 5 minutes.
Yeah.
When you start, just give me 5 minutes. 7 minutes,
right?
yeah.
It was, so you're like, okay, that's not unreasonable, right? I can pull 7 out
Yeah.
of this. So did it and won the contest, which I was leaving no matter what, but it helped to win it because I was like, okay.
So on campus still?
Yeah, the campus jokes, you know.
Yeah.
I'm doing stuff about trying to get parking.
How many people are you up against?
I don't know, maybe like a dozen.
Okay, that's significant.
Yeah, but not a lot of structure in a lot of those sets. You know what I
Sure,
mean?
yeah.
Like in hindsight, a lot of people on a lark. Like I don't think anybody was as focused as I was. Put it that way.
So you're in it to win it.
Oh yeah.
And some people like on a dare are going, who else has mom with the big tits? Who's got that going on?
Yeah.
It's like,
I don't like math. You know, it's like that's not a joke, man. Come on. But here, this will really date it for you. So my prize was a Sega Dreamcast.
oh, good God.
Okay, yeah.
Wow.
Right? Anyone ever have one of those?
Like a
The
Russell-
Sega
Even
that-
Russell Graham's laughing.
The
Wow.
Sega that nobody bought.
Yeah.
I think it was referred to as. But so I gave it to my roommate for rent because he wanted it. So I had $200 US I wouldn't have had driving home. I'm going, well, this is right. 8 minutes,
Yeah.
$200. This is a pretty good racket.
Not bad.
And so in hindsight, the long answer to your question of how do you feel about lightning, I feel that the universe was kind enough to go, wrong place.
Yeah.
You're on the wrong path. Get out of here.
Immediately to the right
Yeah,
after that happened.
That's right. And I was wise enough to listen, I guess, or shocked into paying attention would probably be more accurate. And
you've been doing it ever since as a professional.
Oh, yeah. Well, when I didn't want to get hit again.
Yeah, so 17 years.
Point taken.
Although I'm sure there's some places you've worked where it might have felt like lightning might be coming your way.
You know, I'll tell you this, Mike. I thought about it a lot, and I would much rather tell a bad joke than miss a 3-footer. Missing a 3-footer just sucks so much. It's embarrassing. I can get out of a bad joke, but that 3-footer you got to live with all day, and you should make all of them. Missing one of those is just uselessness, right?
Well, and I think that's why, you know, golf as a television sport makes all us ham and eggers, which I certainly am in that category. When they miss the 2.5 foot putt. I'm
Yeah.
like, that fucking guy.
Yeah.
He is junk. Junk. It's like,
Yeah.
Are you the one who threw your driver in like in the pond the other day and you stormed off? I think you shit your pants. Like, who are you? Who are you saying is terrible?
I love that, right? You're a bum.
Yeah.
Get off the course. You're embarrassing yourself.
So, have you returned to a golf course on somewhat of a regular basis? Or,
Sure.
Really?
Sure. Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
You never get any.
I know when lightning's close.
Yeah.
Yeah. So one cloud and they go, where'd Dave go?
You know what? There's a lot of clouds where I go, you don't have to worry about those ones. There's
Yeah.
just
So you
a
even
charge
recognize
in
the
air.
actual-
There's a feeling in the air where, I remember this.
Well, that's a little bit of a super hero strength, maybe.
That's all I got.
Like maybe you should be a weatherman as well.
That's all I got. Yeah, but I'd have to stand outside the whole time.
That's true.
Right? Nothing to worry about yet, guys. Go ahead, keep playing.
Or you just you gotta run. You don't know what's coming. I know.
I've had that. I've been on a patio where people are like, no, we're fine. I'm like, trust me. Please get inside. This is actually coming right now.
And do you have that
100%.
sense of panic
I'm 100%. It's not so
for
much
them?
Oh no, because I wouldn't
No, you
mind
don't give a
watching
shit
other
about them.
people get
Okay.
hit. I mean, I'd like to see more people get hit, just to even it up. I'd like to have people to talk to. You know what I mean? Right? And then did you get the shakes? Yeah, isn't that great? You know, it's a very small club, right?
So, as you said, as you came in here, we were talking about Sawgrass and people debating, is it kind of the unofficial fifth major? And my feeling always been, well, you look at the roster, you look at who's playing out there. How can it not be considered really an unofficial fifth major if they? I don't know if they have any desire to do it.
Definitely an unofficial fifth major. The question is, should it be an official fifth major?
Would you?
right?
I mean, look, it's. You start talking about the pissiness of the PGA and the Royal and Ancient and all the goofiness that goes on with that. Do you think that's even a discussion, or is that just something that we do here on talk radio, sports television, that kind of stuff?
I bet you the guys on tour all know who's won the Players. And I'm sure it's a pretty big feather in your cap on tour. And when they're being considered for the World Hall of Fame or the Golf Hall of Fame, I bet you they look at Players' Championships.
Which ones
Now,
they've won, yeah.
Keep in mind the Grand Slam, the four majors were originally the British Amateur, the British Open, the U.S. Amateur, and the U.S. Open. So we've changed what the Grand Slam is anyways. So why they're so locked into the four majors idea doesn't make any sense anyways. So call it the fifth major, don't call it the fifth major. To the players, it's the fifth major and a huge one to win. It's the biggest paycheck on tour and the strongest field on tour. So what else qualifies you to be a major? And it's played on a great course every year. To me,
That
it's
you
a
have
major.
played.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's a lot of fun.
So talk about the obsession. Over
Very sunny
17.
day, by the way. Very clear
Okay.
day.
And
Nothing to
Perfect.
worry
And
about.
good conditions.
Is it
That's
the
what you want.
is it the wind that they dislike the most? What makes that such a challenge on 17?
This year, the wind was a factor,
Yeah.
especially because the way they've built the grandstands all of a sudden. That changes the way the wind is flowing in there. So the wind that's happening at the green, you can't feel on the tee. Right? You get how wind works like that
Yeah.
on the golf course. So it was getting channeled right through a chute, working sideways across the green. So the guys couldn't get a real indicator back on the tee. So, I don't know. You got the whole world watching you.
Yeah,
It's a
that's-
pretty easy shot you're supposed to make.
What is it? 117?
It ranges
or?
from 120 to 150.
Yeah.
It's like a 30-yard deep green. But when that pin's on the back, that's hard to get to because if you fly it there, it might not grab. If you fly it into the bank, it's going to come down. It's hard to get it close to that one, especially if you don't know the wind's going. Now it's turning into 12 at Augusta where the wind is swirling and it's not just hitting the right shot. It's hitting the right shot at the right time.
No, you haven't played Augusta. Tell me.
No.
That's the one club you're not allowed in.
There's a lot of clubs I'm not allowed.
The guy with the blonde and the blue eyes. I still don't think so, man. I don't, even the Lightning Kid? No, I don't think so. I mean, that's got. But honestly, because Dave, you were at when you talked about
The
Rock,
TPC Scottsdale, the stadium course where they have the.
but
the
Rochester.
financial-
When you were in Rochester,
Oh, at Oak Hill in Rochester, where they had the PGA Championship a couple years ago. That's an outstanding course in the middle of Rochester, just outside of the city. And you think Rochester, New York, really? They have that kind of course?
Same with Baltusrol in New Jersey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would never think that. I've seen the
US Open there, right?
I've seen the opening of The
Yeah.
Sopranos. I'm pretty sure I know what New Jersey looks like, and I don't remember seeing Baltusrol, like this beautiful, amazing golf course.
what's the one
Yeah.
that sticks with you? Because maybe there isn't one, but one that you go, this is the course I played. Maybe we know it, maybe we don't. And you think that is one of the most magnificent days or tournaments. Is there a course out there for you that's like
Kapalua.
Kapalua.
I played the plantation course at Kapalua, and just you're standing on a tee, looking around and seeing ocean and island, and of course
Unbelievable.
it's always cooler when it's been on TV. It's
Yeah,
always
yeah, right.
cooler when you go,
Very much so.
they stood here and hit this shot.
Now, was this for fun, or was this actually
just
school
for
play?
fun? Oh yeah, no,
yeah.
just happened to be able to get on it and race up there to play it, and oh man, it's just so fun. Yeah, and Sawgrass was another great day. Bay Hill. I've been fortunate to play a couple
Bay
of these
Hill, wow.
TV courses, and
Pebble Beach, you ever done that?
not yet. No, that's on the list.
That's tough and expensive, apparently, to get on.
Right?
Yeah.
A bit of a drive from here.
Yeah,
right? Like,
yeah.
You can't quite just get up and go play it, right?
So when you're doing the comedy circuit, are you always you have your clubs with you as well, just in case, or are you like how does that work for you?
For me, I hate airports and traveling, so I'm not going to check a bag and deal with
add
all
that
that.
much more to it,
Exactly.
yeah.
And these days, I don't play the clubs as much as I used to. I do a lot of corporate stuff, and so I'm in and out. Fly in for
That's
the day.
great. It's
fly
great
out.
money, too.
It's a little easier on the
Yeah,
lifestyle.
yeah, I was
going to
say.
I like steak and red wine.
Yeah.
I
And
really
who doesn't? And stop telling me about things that aren't good for you. We know what's good, and it's red wine and it's steak. What's a red wine for you, though? I know that's a huge question for a wine person, but
Well, first and foremost, whatever's on the table.
Okay.
That's my favorite.
All right.
And then whatever you got in the
Yeah.
cellar, I'll take that too.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Well, I got to tell you, that's what an interesting story, because a lot of people listening and watching today are thinking to themselves, number one, difficult enough just to get a full ride at any school, which you've done. Then there's that whole being hit by lightning, which only shows up again in superpower movies, or bitten by a cobra, or whatever going on at the same time there, which is a little weird. And then you fall into stand-up, and everything, I think, for Dave Hemstad, is kind of worked out okay.
Well, first of all, what's really ridiculous is I chose stand-up comedy for financial security.
Yeah, they don't teach that.
Which leads you to my second. My secret for success is ignorance and resilience. Right? Like, I'm too stupid to know why it won't work and too dumb to quit once I've started. So it's kind of an unstoppable force, because
Yeah, there
nobody
you
can
go.
explain to you
Yeah.
why you should knock it out. You're like, I'll be all right. I'll be fine. I'll get through it.
What's next for you right now?
Yeah.
Coming up in the summer months, June, July, August.
Yeah, well, I'm actually developing a golf show with a guy you might know, Mark Cicchino, host of
Shut
golf.
up.
no.
No, you're joking, right?
You mean one? Well,
he's like a
Very
good
close
friend
to
of
Yeah,
ours,
ours,
well, exactly. Well, Zecchino and I we grew up together. We worked at the same golf store when we were 18, 19. And
So
we've been longtime golf rivals.
Why did you tell us this
We
earlier?
didn't know
You
that.
didn't get to it.
Yeah.
I always got to get through the lightning stuff before we could start talking.
Actually, if you had led with Zucchino going, well, look, oh my God, we're out of time here. We got to run. You want to hear about the biggest fake Italian? If it wasn't for his dad, Mike, I don't think I'd even talk to the guy.
Angry Mike is awesome.
Yeah.
Angry Mike is
is
a legend.
fantastic.
First
Well,
of
you know
all,
what we
Angry
need to do?
Mike is a legend.
We got to go to the Hunt Club then.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because I'm going to have my shirt all untucked and, just drool coming from my mouth. This ain't going to be a problem, is it, the Hunt Club?
Tell us about the show then.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a golf rivalry show, because Zecchino and I have this epic, long-standing 20-year rivalry. So we're just gonna go start filming it. We're going to Vegas for the first episode,
Yeah.
and winner gets to go Richard Petty race car driving, and loser's got to dress up as a showgirl and walk the strip.
God, I hope you win.
Now, who would you rather see?
Yeah.
Here's Zecchino as a showgirl walking the strip. I know we've just met, but be honest.
Oh, boy.
It's Zecchino,
No,
isn't
I-
it?
I-
You really want to
I
see
don't think
Zecchino.
so. I don't
I think
think so.
Zecchino would enjoy it more. I think that's the concern.
I do want to see Zecchino.
Because I got to tell you, that won't be a first for him.
I saw. Did you see Zecchino's Facebook probably in the last 2 months where he's running down the beach
Oh, I know.
and sending out Baywatch tweets and Baywatch Facebook messages saying, "Watch out, Rock, here I come." He's in terrible shape, man.
He's in great shape compared to when he was younger. I don't
Really?
know if you know him. Oh, yeah. He's
really?
incredibly fit now. For
For
Zecchino
what he
standards?
was?
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
We've known Zecchino for
6 years?
6-7 years.
Okay.
So I've known him 20-some
So
years.
we don't.
So
have
was he a
that.
fatty? Like, what was he? Was
He's
he
just a little softer.
Oh, he was. No, he's,
Yeah, he's-
you
he
say
was a
he's
cub-
fat.
he was a chubby, adorable little guy,
Yeah.
right?
Grosso. That means a fat and Italian. Stop eating.
That's all. I had no idea.
Yeah, well, we'll set up a game then. We'll get a foursome, and
See, the Hunt Club, too, and for a lefty, sometimes it's not as much fun.
well, when you hit it as high as he does, it doesn't matter which side of the ball you're on, because he's just bringing it in from north of a cloud.
Yeah, and how'd he get that life, too? See him all over the places. He doesn't deserve that.
Well, he played web.com, right? Or what did he play?
I know
Ben
he
Hogan?
played some mini tours. I
Yes,
don't know how
yeah.
high he made it
Yeah,
on
'cause
that, but I know he played a lot of
he
mini
used to
tours.
tell me stories about packing the car, going to the next course, and it caught up to him after a while, right?
Sure.
It's a tough life.
So let's
It's
talk.
a grind. It is a grind.
I mean, oh God, I see what some of these guys have to do to sleep in their cars and go to the tournaments out west.
They're
like
not
I'm
getting
like,
million-dollar paychecks when they win either, you know?
No, it's a really difficult life.
People forget, too, if you don't make the cut, you don't make a cent.
Exactly.
You know, on these mini tours, and you're paying your own expenses. You know,
Yep.
like if you're not sponsored to the nines, forget it.
And previously, the stories of like Q School, it just sounded like torture.
Q school seemed like,
Yeah, that's awful.
well, they stopped it, right? It was cruel and
yeah,
unusual
I think that's why
punishment.
they did. Part of the Geneva Convention, I think they had to take out Q School as
There
well.
are people that have never played golf again after missing Q school by a shot. They're just, PTSD.
What is it, like 6-7 days in a row or something? How many?
That's the final stage. First, you got to get through a bunch of qualifying stages, and then the final days. There's horror stories of guys hitting putts that lip out, to get their card, and your whole life is
It's gone.
gone by a millimeter. They're just too cruel.
So for Canadian golf right now, and whether it's Graham Dillette or whoever you want to talk, there's a bunch of guys and David Hearn, and where are we at with that? Do you think that there is a crop coming up? Because Canadians always want to feel like there's this chance, like we do sometimes in golf, where we take a look at Milos or we take a look at Eugenie or whatever, and we see some finishes by some of our guys who obviously get full rides, big schools.
Right.
Do we
First of all, we have Brooke Henderson.
And
So
I guess
Brooke
Brooke, we lead with
Henderson
that.
would
Yeah.
be the Canadian golfer who's, she's won a major now. She's fantastic, right? So there'd be first. On the guys' tour would be Adam Hadwin.
And-
I
right,
think he's
yeah.
ranked 63rd in the world right now, something. But he's
Okay.
definitely top 100. So, he's a legit threat, right, out there going forward. We've got Mackenzie Hughes. We got David Hearn.
Graham Dillette.
So we got
Older player,
No,
yeah.
but we got 4 guys. I mean, that's better than when it was Mike Weir, Stephen Ames, right? Like,
Right.
we're
And
up-
it was
we're
that
up
for a
from
while.
2 to 4.
Yeah.
Dan Halderson and
I mean, the challenge is that Weir has set the bar now, right? So now if we don't have a guy winning a major,
Well, we
okay,
think- yeah.
you got to win 4 or 5 tournaments to get our attention. So Mackenzie Hughes has won one, I believe, right? And Hadwin's won one, has he
Yep,
not? So we've got
correct.
2 guys that have won a tournament. And
Nick Taylor also.
Right. So there you go. So there's 3. So yeah, we're in good. When I went to college, there was like 40 Canadians on golf scholarships in the States, and everybody knew who each other was. And now there's hundreds, if not
Yeah.
thousands, down there. So we're in good shape golf-wise going forward, better than we've ever been.
Do you like the fact, and again, this is more from a fan perspective, but the obsession that we had for Tiger on a Sunday, and for obvious reasons, and if you're Tim Fincham, you knew exactly that you wanted to keep this thing going. But the fact that we don't have the Tiger influence anymore, and we don't, people are saying, well, he could, just let it go, let it go. Do you like the fact that there's literally at least 10 guys, maybe there's more on any given Sunday, that someone's going to win it? Because it's not always Jordan Spieth, or it's not always going to be Day.
I like that we've got that many guys who can play. What we miss is a villain. What was great about
I agree.
Tiger was he was equally loved and hated. Like a lot of people did not want him to win at all. And right now, especially now that Sergio just won and everybody loves Sergio again, like he was kind of the last of the, I hate that guy. There was a little bit of that. In the
some
writer-
of us still hate him.
Yeah, he gets on our nerves.
Sure,
On this show, he
but-
gets on our nerves.
But not enough, right?
No,
That's
not,
just
No,
but
no.
not Sergio from 4 or
But that's
5 years
because he
ago.
reminds you of Zakino. That's why you don't like.
You know what? There is a
Sergio.
little
They look-
thing there. I think you're right on that
Yeah,
one.
I'm
Well, they
sure.
got similar haircuts.
It's the it's the Zakino factor.
Yeah, that's what it was. And now I realize why I hate Sergio so much.
But I think you're always like the Patriots, right? You need somebody
I think you do,
that's
'cause
really good that you don't want to see win or you like to see lose to really amp up. Like who's the rivalry right now?
I can't
You
think
let-
of anyone I know some people say that they don't like Jordan Spieth, but that's like just hating a guy because he probably had a great life in Dallas and he came from some money, and like it's not enough to really put him with the black hat. Like I just don't see that.
Agreed. And
Yeah.
who is that guy? If you get Rory, if you get Jason Day, if you get Spieth, if you get Dustin Johnson,
Or Ricky
down the
Fowler, no one
stretch-
really hates
I
those
thought,
guys.
I thought
There's
Spieth.
no-
I thought Spieth was on the verge of becoming the bad guy when he started getting a little stinicky about his Masters meltdown and the camera thing, and he looked like a little pouty kid. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But he never quite went full bad guy. Full
No.
Not
full in on it.
McEnroe bad.
No, and Dustin Johnson looked like maybe
Yeah.
he could be a guy that nobody liked, right?
But he just seems like a bit of a
yeah.
that's the way it goes. I'm like, could you speak a little faster? The
One of
sun's
those
going down.
commercials. That's all I got. Don't even ask me to hit one further than that, because that's all I got.
I think Wayne though's happy that Pauline has got like a mammoth golf guy. Well, I think
I think
because
Wayne's
Wayner's
happy to be on tour.
Yeah.
I think Wayne's thrilled to be on
It's
tour.
the best son-in-law ever.
Didn't he try once or something? Someone tried to think that he could do because there was something about him in golf years ago, and I was like,
Well, he still plays a lot,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And I think he got down to a single digit anyways.
Did he?
I don't know how low.
Yeah?
Yeah, he got it down there. A lot of those hockey players get it down there.
Mark Zucchino tweets into us. He hears, we're talking about you. He
Yeah.
hears everything on the golf course. A car door will shut 3 miles away, and he'll back off his putt when
Yeah.
he hears the door shut.
Oh, man, I'm telling you, I'm pretty sketchy out there. But
so
the good news is-
seriously, lightning jokes?
Yeah, the good news is when you're golfing with Zucchino, you can't hear any of that because he won't stop talking. So it's great golfing with him because he just creates white noise. It's like golfing with a fan on.
A fan that doesn't speak Italian. And yeah, Mike, I get your pain. Seriously, Dave. So the new CD, is that what we're
Yeah,
saying
that's
now?
right, yeah, the
Okay, I'm
brand
gonna try to hold it up, but I'm gonna tweet it out later. It's Dave Hemstad, comedy dump truck.
Comedy dump truck.
Comedy.
Yeah.
Say
that's
in
just-
Missouri, they
Yeah.
would like that kind of thing. I'm guessing. And am I saying it right? Missouri.
It's saying greatest hits seem too ambitious, so it's more of a comedy. Here's all my
Really?
hits. Here's the comedy dump truck. I
Look at-
backed up the truck and dumped out all the material.
Now there seems to be a lot of relationship angst in
There-
some of this material.
You know what? There's a softball bit on there that you'd like. though.
Okay,
There's
all
some
right.
sports stuff
Are
there
you
too.
so not married?
Common law.
So not married.
Yeah, no, I think I've made my position clear on the
It's
subject.
very clear, yeah.
Didn't you just play a clip with me explaining why
I
it
did.
doesn't make
Yes-
sense?
Yes, I did. And so they can see you next. Are you playing locally anywhere? Because you're saying you're
No,
not doing
we're
the
gonna
clubs.
No, we're going to go film that TV pilot for
TV
the
show.
next
Yeah,
couple
in
weeks.
next 2
but
weeks,
the album-
apparently, yeah.
Exactly, but the album's available on all social fronts
All-
or all media outlets.
We will be
as they
tweeting
say.
that sucker out.
I appreciate it.
Yep. And once
And
again,
hope you enjoy it. You'll
Are
dig
you
the
on?
softball
Are you
bit
on
for sure.
Twitter, Facebook,
Twitter,
social media
Facebook,
stuff?
at Dave Hemstad on Twitter,
Okay.
Dave Hemstad on Facebook, and I'll have a schedule of
We're,
some
we're
tours
getting
coming.
a lot of comments. We got one here that's saying this is one of our best guests ever. We're only 17 shows in though, Dave. So
yeah.
So,
let's
careful.
try to keep the head in
Careful.
check there, Davey.
Yeah, that's right. Was that Zucchino again?
No, that was our buddy Luch that actually.
Oh,
tweeted it in.
good, Luke.
Yeah, and he also reminds me that grosso is big and grasso is fat. Big difference, Mike.
I swear, stata zit, you morta de fam. Yeah. Oh, by the way, he did have some Preakness.
Yes, he did.
You guys had Jimmy the Bag. He would have helped
Yeah,
out with the
Jimmy-
Preakness.
Jimmy-
This
Yeah,
is what
Jimmy
we were
Bag
thinking
last
because I
week.
thought he gave. I thought Jimmy should have come in too.
Yeah, have you talked to him about the Preakness? You
Yeah,
should get
he
him
was
on.
in this week.
Yeah, you're bringing him back in for his picks, or did he give
All
you
the
his
time.
picks?
No,
Yeah,
we
yeah.
were going to bring him in.
Conquest Mo Money
Right.
is a new horse to the race that could threaten Classic Empire is the winner
Yeah.
right now. I don't think.
He says Classic Empire, Always Dreaming, Conquest, Uncle Mo,
And he
Uncle Mo
says,
Dangerous.
I'm agreeing with Bast.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with that. Okay, I've never even seen that sentence from
Of
him.
course he is. Yeah.
Well, tell you what, I come back for the majors and we can crap on golfers.
Well,
Like that.
you got to come back
And
if
dump on guys.
you know. And
Maybe
next
you gotta
time we'll
give
have.
us a call with Zucchino for U.S. Open.
There
That's
you
coming
go.
up in a couple weeks.
Yeah,
That's right.
We'll just just have a show where we're just like
Well, no,
hammering on, just thumping it, like beating him up.
Zucchino gave me a WTF why he isn't in studio too.
Yeah, well,
That's a great question. Well, when we do the show, we'll come back together. How about that?
Yeah.
If you ever, I mean,
And-
I'll miss talking.
and Dave Hemstad, first billing, Mark Zucchino, or Hemstad Puppet Show Zucchino. That's what you're getting. Dave, thanks so much for coming in. It's been
Thanks,
great.
Dave.
We're going to see you
Cheers,
around.
guys.
I hope
Appreciate
we can make this a regular thing.
I'd be
'cause
happy to come back.
We love talking golf. We don't get a chance to do enough, and we played one tournament in 2 years at the OHL Steelheads,
We're undefeated.
and won it.
Yeah, well, don't go back out there.
Yeah, so I said,
Hold on to that
That's
streak.
when you retire. I said, what am I going to get hit by lightning? No, don't do that. Here we go.
What? Did we just become best friends? Yep. You want to go do karate in the garage? Yep. It's time!
Yeah, we didn't even get to the Conor McGregor stuff either, but we didn't have time. Dave Hemstad going to join us. Look for us as we're going to tweet out some of his new material. Look forward to the TV show with our good friend Mark Zucchino in all seriousness. A lot of fun here today. Just a reminder, you're going into the long weekend. So make sure you drink a ton because, remember, it's safety first. Not broadcasting on Monday, but we'll be back in studio on Tuesday with our very special guest, Leo Routens.
Leo Routens, I love it.
Talk a little basketball. Thanks for joining us. Make sure you download the podcast. Watch us on rawmikeRichards.com. Have yourself a great long weekend.
What? We just become best friends?
Yep.